We're back with more news. It's going to be a much shorter news. This week. Not a lot going on. A couple larger things, but not a lot overall. No dev dub. Nothing major worthy to dev dub about, unfortunately. But we still got some news. And we're going to start with the bigger stuff, which includes another update on the Subnautica 2 stuff. This is Chris Scully in VGC. If I could hit the copy button, that'd be cool. Thank you. Subnautica 2 early access starts in May. That's this month. In the wake of its publisher and fired lead's legal dispute, gamers, chat, commenters, watchers of the VOD, if there even is any of you, when this game officially, I think it's actually, you might be able to pre-order it, I don't know, but when this game becomes available to put your money in, if you have the means and are interested in this game, buy the game immediately. They released a new cinematic trailer. It'll be $30 at early access launch. You only need to buy Subnautica 2 once during early access. You'll get all additions, updates, and hotfixes up to our 1.0 launch and beyond. So even if you buy the early access version, you have Subnautica 2 until forever. A month after publisher Krafton was accused of ignoring a court order by announcing to staff that the game was releasing in May, despite such a decision seemingly being the responsibility of the newly reinstated CEO Ted Gill. They were fired. This goes over the stuff about the bonus and everything, but that's what we want. We want this game to sell so that they get their bonuses. I really hope there's no AI in this trailer. If there is, I apologize. I didn't look into it, so I really hope there's no AI in this trailer because that would be disappointing. So we want them to get their bonuses. I mean, I wish I could get a press copy of anything. Moving on. Mind's Eye, Build a Rocket Boy, has more layoffs. Dave Aubrey, VGC. I don't know if we've seen that name before. Hell yeah. Mind's Eye Studio reportedly lays off 170 employees following update parodying alleged attacks. Oof. The report comes from Kotaku, which cites sources indicating that approximately 170 staff members have been let go, bringing the studio's developer count down to around 80. Oh. I'm surprised they even had that many. The report seemingly confirmed by a LinkedIn post from multiple members of staff who are now looking for work. Similar messages were shared by community managers with the Mind's Eye community in Discord. The affected staff range from level designers and audio designers to QA analysts and the social team. Wow. And they had just had layoffs, I think, a couple months ago. My monitor's trying to turn off. Hold on. I gotta stop it. Okay. So that's rough. I fear that we might be closing in on a studio closure. And I really hope that doesn't happen. I hope this is the end of any layoffs for this studio. I mean, they put out a shitty game. That doesn't mean everyone needs to lose their jobs over it, right? They could work on a new and better game. So hopefully this is the last we see of this from Build a Rocket Boy. Next up, a couple new / future changes coming to Xbox. Some more Xbox stuff. This is Chris Scully in VGC. They scrapped its Copilot AI companion on consoles, Asha Sharma says, which is very surprising because she comes from the AI department of Microsoft. So the fact that they are taking Copilot out of consoles, that rules. She says the feature doesn't align with where we're headed. Hell yeah. Listen, you gotta take everything with a grain of salt. So far, I think most people are liking the announcements and decisions that are being made so far. In a message on Twitter, Sharma stated that one of Xbox's main priorities is to address friction it has with players and Xbox developers, and that the scrapping of Copilot on Xbox consoles is part of this move. Xbox needs to move faster, deepen our connection with the community, and address friction for both players and developers. Today, we promoted leaders who helped build Xbox, while also bringing in new voices to help push us forward. This balance is important as we get the business back on track. As part of this shift, you'll see us begin to retire features that don't align with where we're headed. We will begin winding down Copilot on mobile, and we'll stop development of Copilot on consoles. That's pretty awesome. Hopefully they double down and take just all the AI out of everything. That'd be so cool. All right, next, keeping with the Xbox stuff. This is Andy Robinson, VGC. Revamped Series X and S boot up revealed. they're doing major rebrand, so it's a little more classic design. New boot up. This is coming next week. This is pretty fire. It's very simple, but it's like, I guess it's retro now, unfortunately. This is original Xbox kind of vibe here, and I like it. Yeah, we can put the sound out for this. Yeah, hold on, let me put the sound out for this. Yeah. I like it. I like it. Hey, they rebranded to Xbox, taking out Copilot, but it's just going green, hard in the paint, the green paint. I love it. All right, next up, moving on to Nintendo. They announced more price increases. Huzzah! This is Andy Robinson, VGC. Nintendo confirms Switch 2 price rises. Consoles now $500 in the US. I believe they're going up $50 if I remember correctly. From September 1st, 2026, the price of Switch 2 consoles in the US will increase by $50 to $500. In Europe, Switch 2 hardware will increase by $30. In Canada, consoles will increase by $50 to $6. It's $680. It's gonna be $680 for a Canadian Switch. That's crazy. But chat, you have time. It doesn't take effect until September 1st. So if you're gonna get a Switch 2, you have only months. You have less than 4 months to do it. So if you're gonna do it, now's the time. In light of changes in the market conditions, what a copy pasta that is. And after considering the global business outlook, Nintendo will revise the manufacturer's suggested retail prices, MSRP, of the Nintendo Switch 2 system and Nintendo Switch systems. We apologize for the impact these price revisions may have on our customers and other stakeholders, and we deeply appreciate your understanding. It's interesting because Nintendo is currently suing the US government because of the quote-unquote illegal tariffs. They're trying to get their money back. So it's odd. I wonder if this is just a failsafe, because it'd be odd if they win the lawsuit, get the money back, and then still raise the prices. It doesn't make any sense. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Keeping on with Nintendo, there was a Star Fox announcement. A very last minute Nintendo Direct announced, I believe, only hours before they showed the Direct. Nintendo Switch 2 Star Fox game is a remake of Star Fox 64, which is also a remake of the SNES version. Yada, yada, yada. And I believe there's also like a remaster or something that came out for the handheld, I think. So they revealed it. I'll skim through this a little bit. I'm sure a lot of people saw it already. So this Direct in general is very odd, because they start off with basically, if you haven't seen the Super Mario Brothers or Super Mario, whatever the second movie is, it's kind of a spoiler for like a big chunk of the movie. Right in the beginning, they just like spoil the Star Fox section right in the beginning. So if you haven't seen the movie and don't want to spoil it, skip that part, which is like a pretty cool animation. But then they cut right into Star Fox. So it's pretty cool. I'm not going to put audio because I don't want to get struck by Nintendo or whatever. Semi-modern graphics. A lot of people are it's the look of the characters is very polarizing, I should say. A lot of people don't like it. I don't care. They're animals. They're supposed to look, talking animals is weird. They look weird. That's just how it is, you know? Unless it's this style, if they were going to go with this style from the movie, it would make more sense. It'd probably be fine. But they're going for a more, I guess, I don't know, quote unquote realistic version. It's gonna be fun. It's the game all over again with modern graphics. A lot of people are not happy about this. I'm fine with it. There's gonna be tons of people who have never played Star Fox at all, and this is easily the best Star Fox game. The 64 version is the best Star Fox game, like hands down. And I think my conspiracy theory is this is going to be a setup for whatever they're doing in the future, because games have been doing that a lot recently. Look at Resident Evil Remake 2, 3, and 4 to basically set up 9, which was amazing. I think they did the same thing with Metroid. They came out with a remake or remaster and then another game that followed the same like graphic style. So hopefully this is just like the start of a whole continuous like future line of games coming out. That'd be really cool. But I'll play it. 100% I'll play it. This game looks awesome. Next up, this is... Where is it? Sophie McAvoy, gamesindustry.biz. Apparently, Bungie is bleeding PlayStation. The Star Fox is going to be a Switch 2 exclusive, as far as I know, and it's going to be... I think they said it was like $40. They confirmed the price somewhere. I think it might have been a secondary story, like news article, but it's definitely not a full 60 or $70. It's going to be like $40 or something for it, which is fine. PlayStation records $765 million impairment loss from Bungie as operating income falls 41.6% in Q4. Wow. There's a lot of business jargon. Sony has released its full year financial results, reporting stable sales and a modest increase in operating income for its games and network services segment. However, performance in this segment was affected by a 41.6% decline in Q4 operating income and lower PlayStation 5 unit sales for the year. I wonder if that has anything to do with them raising the prices. Also recorded a 120.1 billion yen? I guess that's yen, so $765 million impairment related to Bungie after its title portfolio, which includes Destiny 2 and Marathon, did not meet expectations. Wow. They've got net sales, operating income, games network sales, so on and so forth. So Bungie hasn't been living up to expectations, even though those expectations, I assume, were insanely high, like higher than realistic expectations should be. Because I feel like Marathon did okay. It's not taken down yet, right? So the fact that Marathon so far is surviving should be like a W. You know what I'm saying? In this environment of games, the fact that Marathon is still going, however many weeks later, is a W. All right, that's it for the larger news. Moving on to smaller news. Speaking of Marathon, they've got plans. Andy Robinson, VGC. Bungie claims it has a Marathon story plan stretching years into the future. I didn't know there was a story. Maybe people in chat can confirm how, if it's similarly complicated to Destiny story, where it's just like you have to go digging and find every little thing. It's more Grimoire stuff. Yeah, so that sucks. That sucks. Marathon launched for consoles and PC in March and is estimated to have sold around 1.2 million copies in its opening weeks, potentially over 2 million to date. That's pretty good. Already broadly committed to the game's future, but in a new interview with Games Radar, its creative director Julia Nardin has claimed that its development team has already planned out the framework for a years-long story. She says, "We know where we want to take the story for over the next few years, but I don't want to say it's completely locked in because it's important to us that our players be able to help shape it." Adding that putting player input into the narrative is part of the magic of playing a live service game. The backstory of what happened to Tau Cetes is locked, and Bungie plans to add more clues to the plan's backstory as the game keeps evolving in ways that are informed by its past future that excites our players. Cool. I'm glad they have plans for the story. But remember how many plans that were made for Concord. Just keep that in mind. Concord had a lot of plans. A lot of plans. Next up, let's talk about the Steam controller. Apparently, it's super popular. I didn't think it was going to be as popular as it is, but it sells out within 30 minutes. In some regions, as scalpers start listing them for 3 times the price. A side note, the same thing has happened to Star Wars Celebration next year. The tickets were sold out in hours. Fully sold out for Star Wars Celebration. Just so everyone knows. The controller went on sale on Valve's storefront on Monday at 10 p.m. Pacific time, 1 p.m. Eastern, but demand caused site issues with numerous players reporting error messages. Within around 30 minutes, the controller started selling out in some regions, and it's currently sold out in every major market, with players reporting out-of-stock messages across the UK, US, Canada, Australia, Japan, and Europe. As a $100 price point, at the time of writing, there are numerous Steam controllers on the UK, US, and Australia eBay sites selling for as high as $350. That's crazy. But going to the update, they're opening a reservation queue for Steam controllers to limit reseller activity. That's cool. The only way to stop scalpers is to flood the market with product. That's the only way to do it. And that's just unfortunately how it is. Announced that it's implementing a reservation queue for Steam controllers to handle stock shortages. Where do they say it? We plan to continue replenishing stock as we get more in, but in the meantime, we wanted to share changes we're making to improve the purchase experience and to limit reseller activity. Beginning May 8th at 10 a.m. Pacific, that's today, we're opening a reservation queue for Steam controller. Once you reserve, your place in line will be saved. When we go back in stock, order emails will be sent to the same order the reservations were made. That's pretty good. Again, a lot of people seem to really want this controller. It seems pretty bulky. Reviews on it have been pretty good. People like the feel of it. I don't know. They said that this controller technically could like work with anything at some point, so who knows. Next up, why is Bank of America talking about video games? Andy Robinson, VGC. Rockstar should raise GTA 6's price for good. For good of the entire industry, says Bank of America. Why do they care? Why are they saying anything? Why are they saying anything? As pointed out in a note published by Bank of America around the recent Lycon event, I don't know what that is. Event in Las Vegas, Take-Two executives did not endorse an $80 price tag, but noted that considering inflation, the price of video games has fallen over time. Huh? We also heard from attendees that the industry, which is perceived as struggling, would have difficulty selling games for $80 if GTA 6 came out at $70. We think it's in Take-Two's self-interest as a publisher and partners to many developers to raise the price point for the entire industry. Huh? It's not the first time that a higher price point has been predicted for GTA 6. Last year, analyst Matthew Ball of Epilion claimed that there was hope among figures in the games industry that GTA 6 could cost up to $100. So that other companies could raise their default prices as well amid global inflation and swelling AAA development costs. That sucks. That sucks. JJ, that's funny. Hey, how about shut up, guys? How about shut up? That's what I say to that. And last of the smaller news stories, Resident Evil Requiem update, new mode. Chris Cullen, VGC. Resident Evil Requiem gets a free fast-paced bonus mode, Leon Must Die Forever, and it's available now for free. Free update will unlock automatically when players finish the main game. Unlocked by completing the story, this additional minigame mode challenges you to clear numerous stages as Leon while unlocking exclusive enhancer abilities. The fast-paced action is distinct from the main story mode and is packed with replay value. Can you make it to the end alive and defeat the boss within the time limit? Let me do... There we go. Let's watch the little trailer for this. There we go. So there is a timer at the top. This is just so far just the main game. Oh, interesting. You get perks. It's kind of, I guess, their version of Mercenaries mode. Sure. So that's cool. Free updates are always cool. All right, let's get into some chat picks. Workers on Greedfall are boycotting their own game. This is Rhiannon Bevan. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Yesterday this is April 30th. This came out. Yesterday it was confirmed that Spiders, which is the developer, is being liquidated. The studio best known for the Greedfall series is a casualty of Nacon's financial woes as its parent company has gone into administration. Now, speaking through a French union, developers from Spiders have accused Nacon of intentionally sabotaging the studio. Furthermore, they claim to have never received royalties for their work and call on fans to boycott their games to ensure that the money doesn't go to Nacon. That rules. Officially, the liquidation is caused by Spiders not making enough profit and the absence of takeover offer. A statement made through the Union of Video Game Workers reads, in reality, it is the result of a deliberate process on Nacon's part. Goes on to explain how Nacon acquired Spiders in 2019. They say that the deal made Nacon the studio's owner, president, and single client, meaning it was dependent on securing contracts with Nacon to continue operating. Greedfall: The Dying World was its final contract after another project was canceled last year, although the team does say that another game was in the works before yesterday's news broke. The studio wasn't getting any royalties on the games it made, and all its income and liquid assets were de facto seized by the group. Wild. Spiders was an empty shell its role reduced to being a department inside Nacon, but organized in such a way that it could be taken out at the whim of Nacon's executives. Oof. So yeah, I guess if the devs are saying, fuck you, don't play the games, we don't play the games. Easy. Next up, secret cow level in Diablo 4. Huh? Secret cows? That was also in that Minecraft game, I believe. There was also a secret cow level. Tyler Culp, PC gamer. Diablo 4 Lord of Hatred players seem close to finding the secret cow level, and the final clue might be on a newly discovered cow island. Boom. So this is the video.
Guys,
someone's claimed to have found it. So he goes through the process of how he did it, but he loads into the secret cow level. So it says Loath Burger. So he fished. It looks like he fished a cow. A cow came out, and then now he's in some room with cows. So there either is or there isn't an official secret cow level in the new Diablo 4 expansion. Why not? And last of the chat picks. Chrome might be downloading AI software onto your computer. Tom's Hardware. This is Zach Killian. It's a long link. Google Chrome silently downloads 4 gigabytes AI model to your device without permission, report claims. Researcher says practice may violate EU law, waste thousands of kilowatts of energy. Huh. Security researcher Alexander Hanf, also known as the privacy guy, has published a new analysis claiming that Google Chrome is silently downloading a roughly 4 gigabytes on-device AI model to users' machines without notice or consent. The behavior mirrors a separate issue and recently identified involving Anthropic's desktop software, and together, the two cases point to a broader pattern of how large tech companies deploy AI features. I wonder if there's a way to turn it off. Quietly install a browser integration bridge across multiple Chromium-based browsers on the system, including 5 browsers he did not even have installed. This happened without any user prompt or meaningful disclosure, and the integration would reinstall itself if removed. Wow. It just comes back. That's crazy. So there's nothing we can do about it. Larger scale issues with Chrome is now writing a file called weights.bin to disk the company's on-device AI system based on its lightweight Gemini Nano model. 4 gigabytes inside is downloaded automatically in systems that meet certain hardware requirements. No clear consent flow for this download. No prompt. So hopefully this goes through the legal system and gets taken out, because that's crazy if they're just downloading 4 gigabytes on everyone's computer without saying anything. That's kind of crazy talk. But anyway, that's it. Gaming news is done. That was everything. Thanks everyone that hung out. Like I said, short one. We also didn't have to cover 2 weeks in one go, which is a nice little change. We'll be back next week. I'm pretty confident. Check out the links in the chat. YouTube, Twitter is good. TikTok, Instagram. Make sure to hit the buttons under the VOD. Hit a comment if you agree or disagreed, or if I forget something or whatever. Just do it, or just watch it. Who cares? But that's gonna be it for this week. I'll see you guys next time.